get a trial. This government, after obtaining a majority, is thinking on these lines. It is not merely myself. The Prime Minister has made one of the most famous announcements on labor policy. Get ready? 5 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, I take great pleasure in extending to you a hearty welcome to the Honorable Minister for Transport, who is coming to our federation for the first time. As one of the most distinguished persons in the state government, he has earned good reputation. Everybody knows that things have started to move in the sphere of state transport after he took over. Our federation is delighted that he is inaugurating this seminar on national transport policy. The idea of the seminar is a national transport policy and the development of an integrated national transport system. The scope of this policy is wide and far reaching in the sense that it has to be comprehensive and take into consideration all types of transport. The policy has to develop by reviewing the existing transport policy, modes of transport, their problems and prospects. It has to consider two important options. The first option is regarding how the various modes of transport develop in the next 5 to 10 years. If the present manner of development is continued, and if not, much thinking or planning is done to change the existing transport system. The second option is to consider whether the integrated transport system should be based on a national transport policy, keeping in view the long term developmental needs of the country, the objectives of planned development, and also the expectations of life and style of our people in the next 5 to 15 years or even 25 years. We are aware that would not be possible in a brief seminar of this kind. The need for a review of transport has come in view of the socio-economic changes that have taken place in the country during the last few decades and the new priorities and objectives that have been administered in the draft plan. It is in this context that the Planning Commission decided to set up a high level committee to formulate a national transport policy. The policy, as suggested by the committee and afterwards approved by the government as well, is to serve as the basis for developing a transport system for meeting the transport requirements of the people as also of promoting agriculture, industry, and trade and minimum social cost with maximum efficiency. Sir, it is an accepted fact that transport in general is one of the main inputs for industrialization of the country, especially of the rural and backward areas. When transport is an assured fact throughout the length and breadth of our country, better movement of raw materials, finished products, agricultural produce of all types and description can take place. Without transportation, an industry cannot receive its raw materials or market its finished products effectively. So, also, the farmer cannot receive his inputs like seeds, etc., or to send his produce to the market. The fact is that we do not realize the importance of transport as a whole unless and until we are faced with the extremes of surplus and shortages, or unless a national calamity of high magnitude takes place. The national transport policy must be oriented to the figure, taking into account of our past experience, including the mistakes that we have done. We have to take stock of the entire transport system which has grown in the last 25 years. Dear sir, I acknowledge with thanks the receipt of your valuable inquiry dated the 4th instant, and we desire that the particular kind of cloth mentioned in your letter is available in our firm. In this connection, we desire further to bring to your notice that we are dealing in the said cloth for the past 20 years, and we have the pleasure to inform that so far we have not received any complaints from our several customers. Yours faithfully,